April 27, 1896. A day etched in infamy for the vibrant city of St. Louis. As the afternoon sun cast long shadows, an unsuspecting metropolis was about to face nature's fury. What began as a darkening sky quickly escalated into a monstrous tornado, a tempest of unimaginable power. The St. Louis Cyclone, as it became known, tore through the heart of the city with terrifying speed and ferocity. Buildings were reduced to rubble, iconic landmarks crumbled, and a chilling darkness descended as the tornado's destructive path carved a swath of devastation. In its wake, hundreds lay dead and injured, and the city was left reeling, forever changed by the sheer force of this catastrophic event. The cyclone served as a stark reminder of nature's raw power, a tragic turning point that spurred advancements in weather forecasting and urban planning, shaping St. Louis for generations to come. Imagine, deep within the universe, points of light that defied all understanding. In the early 1960s, radio telescopes, peering into the cosmic darkness, picked up powerful, localized radio signals. But when astronomers tried to pinpoint their optical counterparts, they found what appeared to be faint, ordinary stars. The startling truth, however, was far more profound. These weren't stars at all, but something entirely new, something incredibly distant and astonishingly luminous. Quasars. These enigmatic objects, fueled by supermassive black holes devouring matter at the centers of galaxies billions of light-years away, offered a breathtaking glimpse into the universe's violent youth and fundamentally reshaped our understanding of cosmic evolution. In the mid-20th century, a daring Norwegian explorer named Thor Heyerdahl was about to embark on a journey that would rewrite our understanding of ancient mariners. Dismissed by many as pure fantasy, Heyerdahl believed that the civilizations of the Old and New Worlds might have been connected by seafaring peoples long before Columbus. To prove his radical theory, he set sail in 1970 aboard the Ra II, a reed boat meticulously constructed using ancient Egyptian techniques. Imagine a vessel made entirely of papyrus, braving the vast, unforgiving Atlantic. Against all odds and facing treacherous storms and overwhelming currents, the Ra II, with its intrepid crew, successfully crossed the ocean, proving that such a voyage was indeed possible, and leaving an indelible mark on the history of exploration and human ingenuity. Imagine a nation, choked by the iron fist of empire, finding its voice not in shouts of anger, but in a quiet, determined stride. This was the spirit of the Salt March, a pivotal moment in India's struggle for freedom. In 1930, Mahatma Gandhi, a man who wielded truth and nonviolence like weapons, led a band of followers on a 240-mile journey to the Arabian Sea. Their aim? To defy an unjust British law that monopolized salt production, a staple commodity essential to every Indian household. What began as a small procession of a few hundred grew into a wave of tens of thousands, their footsteps echoing with the quiet power of collective defiance. When Gandhi finally reached the shore and picked up a handful of salt, it was a gesture so simple, yet so profound. It ignited a firestorm of civil disobedience across the subcontinent. This single act of protest, born of necessity and courage, became a powerful symbol, demonstrating to the world the extraordinary strength of peaceful resistance and irrevocably shifting the tides of history. Imagine a jewel so magnificent, it could ignite a scandal that helped to topple a monarchy. This was the infamous Necklace Affair, a story steeped in deception and luxury that ensnared the Queen of France, Marie Antoinette. Designed for a wealthy mistress of King Louis XV, the diamond necklace, a breathtaking cascade of 647 precious stones, was far too extravagant for the royal treasury. Yet, a cunning cardinal and a pair of ambitious jewelers conspired, forging the Queen's signature to acquire it, believing they were dealing directly with her. When the truth unraveled, it was too late. The public, already resentful of Marie Antoinette's perceived extravagance, saw the necklace as a symbol of royal excess and corruption, fueling the fires of revolution and forever etching its name into the annals of history. For centuries, humanity gazed at the stars, weaving tales of perfect celestial spheres and divine order. But as our understanding deepened, the heavens began to reveal a more complex and, dare we say, messy truth. Enter Johannes Kepler, a man who dared to challenge the ancient dogma. Poring over the meticulous observations of Tycho Brahe, a lifetime of painstaking data, Kepler discovered something astounding. The planets, he found, didn't trace perfect circles but rather elegant ellipses, their speeds waxing and waning with a startling regularity. This wasn't the clockwork precision of gods, but the beautiful, dynamic dance of gravity. Kepler's laws unveiled the fundamental mechanics of our solar system, shattering old beliefs and laying the bedrock for the scientific revolution, forever changing our place in the cosmos. In the spring of 1927, a force of nature unleashed its fury upon the American heartland. For months, relentless rains swelled the mighty Mississippi River, pushing it beyond its banks. Then, the unthinkable happened. Levee after levee, weakened by the relentless pressure, began to crumble. In a catastrophic cascade, over 27,000 square miles of land were submerged, an area larger than Switzerland. Millions were displaced, their homes and livelihoods washed away by the churning brown water. The floodwaters stretched for miles, creating an inland sea that swallowed towns whole, leaving behind a landscape of devastation and a profound sense of vulnerability. The 1927 Mississippi flood wasn't just a natural disaster, it was a turning point, forcing a national reckoning with flood control, infrastructure, and the very power of the land we inhabit. For centuries, the Roman Empire had been a crucible of power, but also a place of profound fear for those who dared to embrace a new faith. Christians, a growing minority, knew firsthand the brutal hand of persecution, a policy cemented by emperors like Diocletian and later Galerius. But in the spring of 313 AD, a dramatic shift was about to unfold. Deep in the heart of the empire, two men, Emperors Constantine and Licinius, met. Their conversation would forge a historic agreement, one that would echo through the ages. They declared a radical concept for its time: religious tolerance. This was not merely a decree, it was the end of unimaginable suffering, the dawn of freedom of worship for Christians across the vast Roman world, forever changing the religious landscape of the West.